Right on.
Right on.
Right on.
Right on. That's probably more California, but
Yeah, today I'm sitting down with Hearndawg, John Hearn.
yeah.
Just wanted to chat to you because since I've got here, it's made me realize how much of an important role you play in the community here, like organizing downwind runs.
I'm just one. I'm just one of many. We're all contributing and having fun. So I'm not taking any credit, good or bad.
Okay. Yeah, I guess what I want to talk to you about is what makes you so passionate about this community that you have here and what's building here on Oahu. And then also maybe just dive into a bit of your life story and how you've ended up doing 5 runs a day every day here on Oahu.
I've never done 5, done 4 a few times, but
yeah.
just love foiling. So yeah, just love it and wake up every morning and can't wait to go do it again.
Yeah.
And just like a lot of guys, just having a ton of fun at it. And I'm kind of recently semi-retired, so I have a little bit of extra time, probably more time than most. So I've been able to do a lot of it.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
How did you first get into foiling? Where did you get introduced to it?
I'd seen a little bit of it on the internet, and I was actually kind of early into it. It was like back in 2017, 2018.
Yeah, wow.
I was still surfing, and I'd seen a little bit on the internet. And a local guy, Derek Hamasaki, I was out at a spot called Quartz down near Alamoana, trying to catch some waves, and he was on an SUP and he's on GoFoil.
Yeah.
And he came, he was caught a wave outside, came in and did this mean figure 8 on his foil.
Yeah.
I was paddling out, and I was just like, holy shit, that was unreal. I gotta try that. But the sad thing is they already had decent equipment back then if you got it off the internet. But I went to a local shop here and bought some stuff that was kind of mediocre at best. But it foiled, but I could never come off a wave and pump.
Yeah.
It was
Do you know what that first bit of gear was? It a niche equipment?
No. I'm not even gonna say. But it was literally probably 2 inches thick.
Yeah, right.
And it worked. You could foil on it, but if I came off a wave, I could never pump. I would see people were already pumping around. I'm like, oh, that's unreal. So finally, when you told me you were going to do this, I went and reviewed some dates.
Okay. Cool.
I got my first decent foil back in, it was a lift. I was supposed to get the 170 HA.
Yep.
Those had just come out. And the dealer down here, I went down to get it and he was sold out. So I just give me the 200, which ended up being good. So that was my first decent foil. I could finally come off waves, pump around. I finally connected my first wave.
Sweet.
So then
was that about 2020?
That was early. It was early 2020.
Yeah.
Before summer. I looked up. I had to go through my purchase records. So yeah, it was early 2020.
Well, I was just thinking because I think I probably got a lift 170 in about 2020 or 2021.
Yeah.
So that seemed that was the time when that started taking off.
I borrowed my friend's, he was riding one out here and I had been on this other stuff and I borrowed it in one wave. I was already like going twice as fast.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man. So yeah. So
wicked.
That was fun.
And you guys are also just a little update where we're sitting right now. This is basically the road
Tongs.
Yeah. And this is where every single day the foiling crew meets up and they go and do their runs. So maybe, did you learn just out at these waves out in front here, in front of
So
Tongg?
interesting thing, my grandfather used to live in one of those apartments just right down the way.
Yeah.
So I kind of learned how to surf right out here at Tongs way back, when I was a kid, like 12 years old.
Yeah.
So, but I got into golf at 15 and did that for like 40 years straight. All I did was play golf and play in tournaments and work at golf. And I lived on the mainland for a while in California, and I moved back here in 2008, got back into surfing like 2010, and then got into foiling before 2020.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was going to ask, a little bit about golf as well, or if you want to go into a bit more about what you did for golf at some stage, that'd be cool too. But
well, it's kind of just like foiling right now. I got into golf, and that's all I did.
Yeah.
Dawn to dusk every day. It lasted for like 30 years, and then it started dwindling. But I kept playing. It was literally like 40 years I was playing competitive golf.
And you turned that into a career? Like
I tried my best to play. I tried the PGA Tour qualifying school a few times, but I just never did. I never was good enough. So I worked in shops, I taught, and worked here on Oahu, up at Oahu Country Club for a while.
Cool.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of teaching, a lot of junior golf teaching.
Yeah, it's cool that it seems like what you do is find your passion and then go with it.
Yeah.
So then
I cut you off though. We were at Tonggs.
We're at Tonggs. Yeah.
This is it's just a real easy spot for us to come in on foil and semi-easy to park. So this is kind of the meetup spot.
Yeah. There's this super nice channel that runs in through the beach, which I keep missing and going in at other places.
That's the Suez channel.
Yeah, the Suez channel. Yeah. But
so there's a lot of, you can come in you can come in Tonggs, or you can go down to Kaimana and walk back. So.
And you learn to surf foil out of these waves, or is it a bit further down near around Waikiki that you were learning?
So this is how noob I was. I got this set up, and the first place I went was a place right down here that was super reefy, and I literally wasn't in the water more than like 2 seconds, and I'd already bashed the foil against the reef. I had no clue. Yeah. So I think that was the first time I ever went out, and I had to come right back in. Went down to Waikiki, and I was hoping everybody say, "Oh, it's super hard, it's super hard." And I said, "All right, I have good balance. I guarantee I'm going to get up on this thing first time and go." Yeah. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I think that's what every single person who comes from surfing to foiling, they think it's going to be easy, but
it took me quite a while. Yeah. So then I was coming down here a lot between Old Man's and here. This was all.
And this is when you were doing like the downwind runs on prone. Is that?
Well, this is way back. Yeah. Like this is way back before 2020, almost, there were just a few people out here. Some guys on SUP foil back on the, rectangular doors back then. Oh, so here's another funny one. My first board, the shop I went to, they didn't have anything small. So my first board was a 6-foot SUP, 6 foot by like 30.
And you were paddling it?
By like 30. It was an SUP. And if I sat on it, it was so wide, I was like doing the splits. My legs would get hurt. So that was my first board for a long time. Chris, what's up?
What's up, Chris?
All right, so this is just like
this is what happens. We're about there's probably going to be like 20 people. We're doing a podcast at the moment right now, Chris. But
come in, join us.
Okay, but yeah, we're probably going to have about. How many people do you reckon to come for this run at 12:30?
What time is it? Whoever shows up early on a regular basis, which isn't many. We still have 20 minutes, so usually nobody shows up until meeting time.
Yeah, exactly. And then so you guys did the proning, and then did downwind prone start becoming a big thing here? That was sort of the next evolution, or was wing foiling the next step?
So the numbers were kind of growing out here, and we were just surfing out here. And then you can do a little mini starter run from the spot just up from Tongg Suez, and trying to go from Suez to Tonggs and then to Old Man's and then into Kaimana. So we started doing that a little bit. And then we were hearing about guys were going from up at Black Point and coming down, which is 2 miles up. Yeah. And then started doing that.
Yeah. And that was what got you hooked into the downwind before this whole sup realm started?
So to be honest, the thing that kind of interests me in the sup is even when we were on prone, we were kind of, we should do a contest. Have a contest, a downwind contest. But it was so difficult to do a prone downwind contest just because of the start. Yeah. It was like, how are you going to start? Are you just going to have people jump off the rocks, and it's like whoever catches the wave first is probably going to win?
Yeah, exactly.
So what interests me in the SUP is, you could have a line start and do a race, and that was one of the things that I think kind of pulled me over.
Yeah. So when you started seeing that evolution, were you pretty quickly thinking that it might be a sport that ended up being like a competition in the Molokai? Or in 2018 it was, wasn't it?
Well, this is, now we're back into like 2020,
Yep.
2021, and there's a lot of good guys already cracking the Keiko's run
Mm-hmm.
down, and they had already gotten into SUP. They were already starting to come down from Hawaii Kai.
Yeah.
But a lot of us hadn't even gone to Keiko's yet, so we were kind of trying to play catch up.
Yeah.
So I bought an Axis board from his dad from his dad in 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the start. It was kind of right before the 2023 M20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 20. I think so. I think I've been doing it like 2 years now.
Yeah.
2023 M20.
Perfect.
So, yeah, and then I've kind of been on the SUP ever since.
Have you done any of the bigger races like the M2M, M2O in recent years?
Last year was my first year.
Okay. How'd you go?
All you have to do is look at last place at every one. I was last place. I was literally last place in every race.
But you completed them?
Completed them.
Yeah.
The Hui race on the North Shore, last place. The Patalamua, last place.
Oh, no.
M to M, last place.
Yeah.
M2O, last place. So I'm hoping to improve on that a little bit this year.
I feel like you've given yourself a good amount of water time now to hopefully pick it up.
Doing a little better.
Yeah, for sure. Also, tell us a bit about these Oahu foil races, because I know you've been at least helping to organize them or organize some of them. So what's kind of the goal there, and what are you trying to push?
So we'll go back to the beginning. The beginnings was back in the prone days. I was in the back of a truck with Christian Park. Mm-hmm. And we kind of both said, yeah, we should organize a race, organize a Keiko's race. We were in the back of a truck going up to do a Keiko's run. Yeah. And we kind of threw around some ideas, and, between the two of us, nothing ever came of it. And I finally just said, I'm just going to do this on my own. And we finally did one in September of 2023. I'm pretty sure we had our first race was actually a prone race from Keiko's down, and it was a huge pain in the ass because we had to sit up there, and as soon as somebody got on their feet, we had to take the time down and send the time down to the finish line, and they would have that, wait for them to come down, and then calculate how much time it took them to go down. So
how many people did you have competing?
It was a do as many as you want. Yeah. So me and another guy were up there all day doing these times. It was a huge pain in the butt. Trying to identify people as they got up, and then trying to text times down to the guy that was down there at the finish line. So we ended up doing it, but I said never again. Yeah. No way.
Much easier. So you were trying to track when they got up and when they finished, so you could start anytime you wanted, basically.
Right. So it wasn't
super challenging.
Yeah, but it was really challenging to identify people. We had a couple of mistakes, and and people got up at the same time, trying to get names down and times, and then text them down. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was super challenging. I said never again. So after that, it was all SUP races from China's and then from ADs.
Yep. And so the most common run you're doing is the China runs, which you guys call the Hawaii Kai run.
Right. Yeah. We've done a number. We've done probably 10 races or so like that. And we just started to kind of get into the ADs runs.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah. And do you think the ADs run is like a better race format, or you like pushing that because it's a bit more challenging?
Yeah, it's just kind of things are evolving that way. Guys are getting better. It's definitely a more challenging run. It's a longer run. It goes from 8 miles to 12 miles. So it's just giving, chance for the cream to rise to the top even a little bit more. Yeah. But it's just more challenging, and the better guys want to go out there and start out there. And a lot of times we'll do a double start. So if you want to start at China's and that's kind of where your level is at,
you can do that.
You can do that. So we'll have China's come into a different finish and ADs come into Kaimana.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. And so now you've seen all these young guns here on Oahu and maybe from around the world.
Like you.
Oh, I'm not sure if I'm quite there yet, but hopefully I can do it.
Easily.
But who's the people to look out for this year? Like who've you watched and gone, wow, this guy's fast, consistently fast?
Yeah, it's just like everybody that's traveling over here. You start realizing everybody that's traveling over here for these races is super talented and super fast. Like starting out with you right there. Yeah. You're super fast. And here, we'll get to the local guys, but just the guys that have come in here per Stanlick, and you can just look at his results in M2O. He's like top 10 the last 2 years. The guy from Guadalupe, who I just met yesterday, Melvin, super fast.
Tom Const as well.
Tom's constant. The other guys, Thomas Gaillard from France. It's just like everybody coming over here is just super talented. They're really good. They put in a lot of work. And then you got the local guys like Edo and Nick Capule and Andrew Gibbons and Simeon K. Paloma and, you know, on and on.
I think those guys are going to be, from what I've seen recently from being here, I think they're going to be incredibly hard to beat. So
they have a lot of time out there.
And they got a lot of skill too.
Yeah.
A lot of skill.
Yeah.
So cool. Well, we probably don't need to go any longer if you don't want to. Oh, the one thing I do want to ask everyone this question is best foiling story. I mean, something that I can think of immediately since I've got here is there was one day where I went to jump off China walls and we were standing there. I looked up and there was a big wave coming. I went, guys, look at that. And then we raced back up the rocks and I thought we were super high, but the water literally like came past right next to our feet. I think we're about, we're like 3 seconds off getting absolutely taken out. So if you had any...
All right, so I won't go best, but I'll give you a bunch of good ones real quick.
Yeah.
So wintertime on this run, there's whales all over the place out there. Like you can literally like run into them if you're not careful. So there's always, as we're coming down in the winter, all these whales are coming down from Alaska, all these humpbacks. They'll literally come out in the water right in front of you, blow a spout. So unreal. Everyone has whale stories out there. Another funny but sad one up at Hood River, Kakai Alvarez. We just had an unreal session up at Rufus, ended in the dark, and he had to drive back to Washington to give his sister back his car. Yeah. And these racks that he was using his sister's car, these racks that were on the top of the car, his board blew off in the middle of the night in pitch black darkness. And he wasn't even sure at first. So he finally figured out, tried to come back, never found his board.
Board's just gone.
Board is just gone.
Oh God.
Flew off.
Is this Kakai?
This is Kakai.
Oh yeah.
And off the top of my head, those are my two good ones right there.
Yeah, that's a pretty that's a good one and a bad one.
Crazy stuff.
Sweet. We'll leave it at that. Thank you, John.
Good time. Great to have you here. It's unreal that so many of you have taken the time, effort, money to travel all the way here to do this. So we're super happy to have you guys here, and hopefully we're being good hosts.
Oh, I think you're being amazing hosts.
Having fun, and let's go.
It's awesome. Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's go.